It's drawing time. Let's get the fountain pen out and spin some abstract lines in my sketchbook. Twice actually. Today you get not one, but 2 drawings. Enjoy! Well, hello there, I'm Détroit. Boy, I have some things to say today. Where should I start? Let's start by asking you to subscribe. Okay, first item on the list, check. Next thing, if you've followed me for any length of time, you can see that the background changed a bit. I have a new drawing mat. Technically, it's a cutting mat. Cutting mats are the best surface to draw on. They look kind of professional as well, if I might add. If you're startled by the sudden change, don't worry, the green mat will come back in a few minutes. I have 2 drawings I want to share with you today, and the second one was done before I got this new mat. The first drawing, as you can see, is a bunch of abstract lines in my sketchbook. Actually, now that I think about it, it looks a lot like my default pattern, like this, but with more white space. Usually all the lines are touching. Here, they're not, but it's basically the same thing. It's a nice uniform pattern that you can decline into infinite variations. It feels good to fill a sketchbook page with it. Or it is satisfying, it doesn't actually feel that good. My wrist is kinda killing me, I'm not gonna lie. I often take breaks during abstract doodles just to relax my wrist a bit. Alright, more than that, I don't know what I can say about this drawing in particular. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. Back to the new mat. If you want to know more about it, I can read you what's written in the corner. The brand is Shiny Mary. 5 layers, double-sided self-healing cutting mat. A1 size, so 87 x 58 centimeters, or 34 x 22.5 inches. Then it's a bit less interesting, but it says, please keep the cutting mat away from direct sunlight and avoid exposing to extreme conditions of both cold and heat. The cutting mat must remain flat, not rolled up. Cut in different positions to extend the life of cutting mat. After that, there's a bunch of funny logos that basically provide the same information. Now, you're not allowed to ask me info about it. I paid 35 euros for this thing, and so far I don't regret it. I really wanted to change my background drawing mat for a while. The green A3 mat I had was more than enough for my needs, but the color and the size were starting to bother me for videos. First, the size I wanted to change. It was a bit too small for filming, and I don't want my different camera views to always pick up the rest of my desk. For the color, I'm just gonna say that green isn't my favorite color. Also, under the mat was my mousepad, which is black and red. Red and green doesn't go that well together, at least in these tones. So I wanted a neutral mat with a lighter color, which would make the drawing videos less dark, hopefully. And I always add a colored band at the bottom of the screen on which my avatar rests, and the choice of colors was limited to something that went with the green. Now I can choose any color. Look at that! I really like this new mat. The other side of it is black, but I prefer the white side. Alright, I think that's all I could think of on the subject. I think it's the moment to travel back in time and look at the second drawing, which I actually made weeks ago. You see, none of the drawings today felt like they were enough to make a video on their own. Unless I have a specific topic I want to talk about, like some kind of essay, I don't make a video out of these kinds of videos. It's the kind of drawing that takes about half an hour, which is too long for a real-time drawing video, but feels like cheating when it's sped up, because it would only be accelerated like twice. I still keep the footage though. Sometimes I even edit it, add some music, no commentary, and upload it to YouTube, but privated. It's like my own reserve of emergency videos. You see, I really want to be consistent with my uploads on YouTube, but life sometimes doesn't give me the opportunity to make 2 drawings per week, and edit them, and make them into full videos. I keep old drawings just in case I need to upload, but I'm away from home for a week or 2. Only now, that's a problem for the sake of continuity, since from now on, I'll probably never use the green mat again. So I thought I would address it directly and tell you about my emergency videos. Now I just need to make another one with the white mat for future needs. And I know you probably don't really care about it, and never will, but to me it's important. I also like to be completely transparent with how I deal with the whole YouTube thing. I like to talk about my setup, the cameras, the problems I face when filming, the analytics and all of that jazz. I also want to talk about the time it takes to edit or prepare a video and so on. It's partly because I'm French and we love complaining more than anybody else, and partly because when I started YouTube, I wish I found somebody who said all of these things. Maybe one day it will help you, viewer. But that's enough for today. And I still haven't said a word about the drawing itself, which is probably what you're expecting and you actually want to hear. So this drawing concept is quite simple. It's a single line, that's it. Now you understand why I sometimes need to talk about the process of making a video instead of the drawing itself. I mean, what can I say about it really? This is why it used to be an emergency video and not a proper planned one. Now, there are things to say about it. I'm using a rotating isograph to draw. At first I was continuing the line from the inside, and then I continued it a bit from the outside. I followed the previous path of the line, except when it got harder to add more on the inside. Then I filled the inside with twirlies just to keep the density about uniform. I think people undermine the power of density in drawing a lot. It's one of the most important things to keep in mind for abstract drawings. It is also one of the hardest things to do and control in practice from my experience. Like, keeping a pattern with a uniform density is doable, but changing the density is where the difficulty is at. I'm really bad at that. I would like to be able to change the density in places, for example to make a semblance of three-dimensionality. I will learn to do that, don't you worry. In the meantime, that's it for this video. This script was a complete mess, but I really wanted to share my new drawing pad with you. Like the video and tell me what drawing challenges I should attempt next in the comments. Subscribe for more abstract doodles, but also more realism on Sundays when I upload digital painting videos. There is always content for you on the Variety channel. See ya. Bye!